Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Jaya Radha Govinda Shri Radhe Radha Govinda Shri Radhe Jaya Nitai Gaurango Nitai Gaurango Gaura Hare Nitai Gaurango Jaya Gaura Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhu Jai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol नाम संकीर्तनम की जय जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल हरे कृष्ण Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, chapter number is 86, entitled as Arjuna kidnaps Subhadra. Text we are reading from 36 to 45. 35 yesterday over. So Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Text 45 is on the board. We are reading that. Yata shayana purusho manasaivatma mayaya srishtva lokam param swapnam anuvishya avabhasyate. Yata shayana purusho मनसैवात्ममायया सृष्ट्वा लोकं परं स्वप्नम् अनुविश्यावभासते यथा शयना पुरुषो मनसैवात्ममायया सृष्ट्वा लोकं परं स्वप्नम् अनुविश्या अवभासते शयना पुरुषो मनसैवात्ममायया सृष्ट्वा लोकं परं सत्वम् अनुभासते यथा शयना पुरुषो मनसैवात्ममायया सृष्ट्वा लोकं परं स्वप्नम् अनुविश्यावभासते यथा शयना पुरुषो मनसैवात्ममायया सृष्ट्वा लोकं परं स्वप्नम् अनुविश्यावभासते. Mataji? Okay. So we are reading word to word meaning. Yata, as, shayana, sleeping, purusha, a person, manasa, with his mind, eva, alone, atma, own, mayaya, by his imagination, srishtva, creating, lokam, a world, param, separate, swapnam, dream, anuvishya, entering, avabhasate, he appears. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace, Abhay Charnarvinda, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. The Lord is like a sleeping person who creates a separate world in his imagination and then enters his own dream and sees himself within it. Purport. In the illusion of his dream, a sleeping person creates an apparent world, complete with cities populated by the fictional products of his imagination. In somewhat the same way, the Lord manifests the cosmos. Of course, the creation is not illusory for the Lord, but it is for those souls who are put under the control of his Maya potency. As her service to the Lord, Maya dilutes the conditioned souls into accepting as real her temporary, insubstantial manifestations. We are reading from verses 35 to 45. 36 onwards. Text 36. Dīnāni kathichit bhūmān grihānno nivasād vijay sameta pada rajasa punihidam nime kulam. Translation. Please stay a few days in our house along with these brahmanas, O all-pervading one, and with the dust of your feet sanctify this dynasty of Nimi. Text 37. Iti upamantrito ragna bhagavalloka bhavana vasha kurvan kalyanam mitila nara yoshitam. Translation. Sukadeva Goswami continued, thus invited by the king, the Supreme Lord, sustainer of the world, consented to stay for some time to bestow good fortune on the men and the women of Mithila. Text 38. Shruta devo achyutam praptam svagrahan janako yata natva muninsu samrishto dhunvan vasho nanartaha. Translation. Srutadeva received Lord Achyuta into his home with as much enthusiasm as that shown by King Bahulashva. After bowing down to the Lord and the sages, Srutadeva began to dance with great joy, waving his shawl. Text 39. Trinapita brisisva etan anitesu paveshyasa swagatena abhinanda yangrin sabharyo avigne mudaha. Translation. After bringing mats of grass and dhruva straw and seating his guest upon them, he greeted them with the words of welcome. Then he and his wife washed their feet with great pleasure. Purport. To provide even this simple welcome, Shrutadeva had to go next door to his neighbors and borrow the extra mats. This insight is provided by Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti. Text 40. Tad ambasha mahabhaga atmanam sah grihan vayam snapayam chakra hudarsho labda sarva manorataha. Translation. With the wash water, the virtuous Srutadeva copiously sprinkled himself, his house and his family. Overjoyed, he felt that all his desires had now been fulfilled. Falaha arano shira shivamrutam budibir mrida surabhya tulasi kusambhyuha aradyam asayatopa pannaya saparyaya sattva vivardhana andasha. Translation. He worshipped them with the offerings of auspicious items easily available to him, such as fruits, usira root, pure nectarian water, fragrant clay, tulasi leaves, kusa grass and lotus flowers. Then he offered them food that increases the mode of goodness. Text 42. Sa tarkayam asho kuto mamanva abud granda kupe patitasya sangama ya sarva tirtha aspada padarenubi krishnena chasyatma niketa bhushurai. Translation. He wondered, how is it that I, fallen into the blind well of family life, have been able to meet Lord Krishna, and how have I also been allowed to meet these great Brahmanas who always carry the Lord within their hearts. Indeed, the dust of their feet is the shelter of all the holy places. Text 43. Supavishtan kritatiyan Shrutadeva upastitaha sabharya svajana apatya uva changri abhimarshanaha. Translation. When his guests were seated comfortably, having each received a proper welcome, Shrutadeva approached them and sat down nearby with his wife, children and other dependents. Then while massaging the Lord's feet, he addressed Krishna and the sages. Text 44. Shrutadeva uvacha nadyo no darshanam prapta param parama purusha viharidam shakti bhisrishtva pravishto hi atma sattaya. Translation. Shrutadeva said, it is not that we have attained the audience of the Supreme Person only today, for we have in fact been associating with Him ever since He created this universe with His energies and then entered it in His transcendental form. Text 45 is today's. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajiv Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Dev Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakanvitamsha Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivrisesha Sunyavadi Panchatya Deshatar Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvise Namah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhan Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Nilachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannathaya Te Namah Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So today we are reading from text 45, seeking the blessings of all the Vaishnavas before to speak from this Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 10, chapter 86, canto 10, entitled as Arjuna kidnaps Subhadra and Krishna blesses his devotees. So Krishna is now blessing these two devotees here, Bahulashva and Shrutadeva. Yesterday Nimanand Prabhu spoke about Bahulashva, how he was offering that prayers to the Lord, and Prabhu was speaking about importance of offering prayers. And we have seen yesterday about Srila Prabhupada's arrival and how Prabhupada was in mood of that offering of that prayers. So same continuation of it, and today also this verse is the prayers offering by Shrutadeva. Yesterday was Bahulashva and today is the Shrutadeva is offering these prayers in comparison. Before that, this text which are there from 36, 37, we see that how the Bahulashva was very happy to receive the guest and how he was glorifying that his fortune, that how these great devotees have came. And importantly here we see that Krishna's pastime, that Krishna is not like a limited person. That yesterday also Prabhu was saying that how when somebody calls us, right, 2 appointments or 2 places, right, we generally tell them that you can choose, both of you can choose which place I need to come. But Krishna expanded himself. We not have to tell Bahulashva that only, or Shrutadeva that only one place I can come. Krishna immediately expanded himself. Jai Shri Srinitaya Gauranga Bhagavan ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. And not only Krishna expanded, but the Brahmanas also expanded along with himself. So that same set of people were going to the 2 different homes. So it was possible by the blessings of Krishna. Right? So that his devotees also expanded. The Brahmanas also expanded. And now Bahulashva is recognizing his fortune. That please, and is requesting the Lord that stay for some more days. And because of all the pervading one, and with the dust of your feet, sanctify this dynasty of Nimi. Right? This is the dynasty of the Nimi Maharaj, and please kindly purify this dynasty by your stay. Sukadeva Goswami continued in text 37, said, thus invited by the king, the Supreme Lord, sustainer of the world, consented to stay for some time to bestow good fortune on the men and the women of Mithila. Yes? That's how the glory of the great souls is. Wherever they stay, they're going to create a fortune for us. Yeah. Recently we had that fortune of having this guest room in our temple also. So it's going to start. So we are going to get more blessings. Because the great souls, when they stay with us, we are going to learn more about that. Yeah, by their dealings. Just today morning itself, when I see the devotee, Srila Prabhupada disciple, right? So Prabhuji, right? We met many times in Mayapur. Seeing his enthusiasm, I was feeling that, of course, its age is not much of ours, right? 40, still we feel that ab ho gaya. Right? Coming to the some kind of bahut kuch kiye aisa. But seeing his enthusiasm, Mangalarti, playing the mridangam so enthusiastically and singing, has felt really youth is really, he is really young than us. Like that I was feeling. So young, like that Prabhu was seeing his association. I felt so inspired today, and sitting and chanting with us all the way. Although its age has gone to it, but so that's how here it has been mentioned that by staying with these great devotees, we will get more blessings. We will understand about bhakti more details. So that's a fortune which Bahulasva is recognizing, that Lord and the devotees, when they stay with us, will understand the intricacies of devotional service. Because many times in my own life I see that after some days or some years, we feel that our own kind of a city, which Srutadeva is also speaking about it earlier part, we create our own city and then we become the in charge or the HOD and all, the people keep respecting us. Then we feel that we are such an important person. Right? But when such great people, great souls come, we see that they are much, much far, and we are very low than in comparison to us. So that's what today I just was reflecting on that. So Bahulasva is also recognizing that, Lord, that you stay for some more time so that the more fortune will come to the Mithila, right, by your stay. So that's how we should always have this, whenever we get opportunity, and we should always request the senior devotees, Maharajas, Sannyasis to come and stay with us so that we can understand more about the devotional service. And today's, in this further class of it, we see Srutadeva, how he received the guest reception it is called. How to receive the guest, Srutadeva is showing us through this Bhagavatam. That's why the Bhagavatam contains everything. Amala Puranam. And that is mentioned about how Srutadeva has received the guest, and the most important guest is the Supreme Lord Krishna. When he comes, how to receive. Just like when every day we do Archan Seva, we receive the Nitai Gauranga properly, giving a proper place to sit, and Idam Asanam, and then the further things, Brahmanas in the mind he offers first, and then he does it Bahira Seva also, Bahir also. Stapana, establishing the place, sanctifying the place with the mantras he chants, and then he calls, Lord, kindly come and sit with us and kindly accept our request, accept our offerings, like that. So here Srutadeva is also got the direct fortune of the Supreme Lord Krishna directly coming to his house, and he was so happy to receive Krishna guest. Although here you see the both are like a little contrast. King Bahulasva was such a great king. He had so many opulences. Srutadeva was a simple Brahmana. When Krishna arrived in his house, just like Vishwanath Chakravarti, what was Thakur is quoting here, that he, so let me only call him to my place, or let me call him to the Bahulasva's place, so that both of them can get opportunity to be with me, like that. No, Krishna personally went to his house also, Srutadeva. And he was extremely happy to be in that place also, where Srutadeva received Lord Achyuta into his home with as much enthusiasm as that shown by King Bahulasva. Nothing less here. Shrutadeva was also with the same enthusiasm, he was receiving the guest. After bowing down to the Lord and the sages, Shrutadeva began to dance with great joy, waving his shawl. Recently we had the fortune of visiting His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. Right? All the devotees were, so sudden notice I think. Of course I was also not there, but sudden notice. Still devotees were so happy, dancing, jumping to see Maharaj personally coming and blessing us. Unnoticed, and how fortunate we felt that how such great souls coming and blessing. Right? So here Shrutadeva is also feeling so fortunate that Lord Krishna has accepted his request and came to a small kutir. It's not a, but still his enthusiasm, his eagerness to receive the Lord was so great that nobody was there to dance. So he himself was dancing with the shawl. And he removed his shawl and then he was dancing to show that ecstasy, that Lord, I am very happy to receive you today as my guest. And then here, after bringing mats of grass and dhruva straw and seating his guest upon them, he greeted them with the words of welcome. Then he and his wife washed their feet with great pleasure. So this is how the guest has to be received properly. Right? Giving them water to wash their feet, right? And then getting proper mats to sit for them, or a proper chair in case whatever it is possible. Right? And then he greeted with the words of welcome. We are very happy to have you today with us in ISKCON Newtown, Kolkata. Like that we welcome the guest. Right? Whatever. Because the guest is Atiti, Atitihi, which doesn't, they don't have any Titi which they come. Now at least we are so fortunate, right? Because of the modern modern generation, we have so many equipment that devotees beforehand only they tell us, right? Through the WhatsApp or through the email or through whatever social media which we have, they reply us that saying that Prabhu we are coming. Right? So earlier it was Atiti. Right? They don't have any Titi. In the sense they come. And the devotees also is to receive them with such happiness. Right? They are very happy to receive the guest with proper accommodation for them to stay, proper place to sit, proper prasadam, right? All the facilities whatever is required. Right? And then here Shrutadeva is also showing us the etiquettes what he has to follow, what we have to follow. Right? Proper place to sit, proper mats, right? And washing the feet. Of course Vaishnavas don't allow us to do that, but the Lord or the spiritual master comes, right? That is how we honor them by requesting them to sit in a proper place, providing them proper chair or water. If they come within a hot summer, we give them a cool drink. Yeah, it is like a lemon water or some water, rose water or whatever, so that they can pacify the thirst. Right? Or if they come in the winter time, then with a hot drink, whatever is possible. Right? So that's how the details of it. Right? These are the details. This is how we get the blessings of the great souls. By attention to the details is a sign of love. So of course earlier years we had that fortune of serving the guest in the Rath Yatra. Right? It was very hectic schedule. Right? Schedules were very hectic. We were not able to take so personally care, but we used to try our best to take care of the guest whom they used to come. Right? So because by serving the guest we get the blessings. Right? We can understand the intricacies of the subject matter also very easily by their blessings. Especially the Vaishnavas or the Supreme Personality of Godhead or the spiritual master when they come. The details of it. Right? We have seen how in the life, I was in the guest reception that time, Rath Yatra, 2015 I think, 15 to 17 or 18. To see that how, of course we used to serve, but I learned so many things from His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. How he takes care of the guest. One day is fixed. In his Rath Yatra days, he has to have one day is fixed. Right? The devotees or the disciples whom used to serve, they used to cook for all the devotees, whoever are the guests are there. One day Maharaj used to personally call them, all of them, that come and dine with me. So then he used to call all the devotees, like Acharya Prabhu used to be there, Anang Mohan Prabhu, Dayaram Prabhu, and Maharaj was there. And along with it, if any senior Maharajas are there, all of them used to call. And personally, all the Bengali items is to make sure that everything is to the highest mark. You know that His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj very specific about eating. Especially the Bengali items. As soon as he's put in his mouth, he says, kya kam hai, kya jada hai, kaun chok kab mare, kab kya cheez jal gaya, kya nahi jal gaya. So specific about it. Right? Because Maharaj got the fortune from the hands of Srila Prabhupada himself. Directly Srila Prabhupada, he used to cook for Prabhupada. So he used to say that Prabhupada was so specific. So Maharaj also so specific. So that's why the devotee whom he used to serve, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj, used to be very particular. Even when we used to give Rajbhog Mahaprasad also, he used to select very particularly that Prabhuji, ye item dijiyega, isse zyada nahi. And then he used to come and personally take for Maharaj, because he said that kuch bhi idhar udhar ho gaya to mere ko pehle डांट सुनना पड़ेगा महाराज से. ये क्या बना रहे राजभोग भगवान के लिए. Maharaj shouts, Maharaj matlab he chastises at that point itself. Maharaj is so specific. And then he is so specific that one day what happened, it so happened that one of the congregation devotees, his son or somebody's birthday has came. So then Maharaj personally arranged the cake for that person, for that child, cake, and he told them to get a dress also. So one devotee went and got a dress for him. One dress, cake, everything, garlands arranged, everything. So then he called the devotees and then he had a birthday festival for them in the Rath Yatra itself. I felt so personal he is. He is an Acharya, having so many disciples, so many devotees, but so specific about serving the devotees also. And the lasagna feast also, we used to have, brahmacharis had the lasagna feast. Maharaj had this lasagna cook for the devotees, for the brahmacharis. Pizza, lasagna, Maharaj used to cook and serve the devotees. Even to Mayapur also, sometimes during GBC meetings, His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj also used to get the invitation to come and dine with him. So you see that how so specific these devotees, although so stalwart, so great souls, so taking care of the details, right? That's a sign of love. Here we see Shrutadeva, how he is serving Lord Krishna. Because guest reception, right, we can get so many blessings of the Vaishnavas by doing this service nicely. Although it's a very simple things, but they will attract the grace of the Vaishnavas through that. So when somebody comes to our place also, we should make sure whatever we have, just like Shrutadeva, whatever simple things he had, immediately arranged it, and he was so eager to meet the Lord, and he is expressing that eagerness, that enthusiasm to serve through the way of showing his eagerness. Right? Small things also is taking care, so details. And then what he did, with the wash water, the virtuous Shrutadeva copiously sprinkled himself, his house and his family. Overjoyed he felt that all his desires had now been fulfilled. So that's how the devotees feel so happy when they see the great souls, when they come to the place. Right? So, and he worshipped them with offerings of auspicious items as easily available to him, such as fruits, usira root. Usira root, somebody knew? What is usira root? Anybody? Usira root. Something he served that. Pure nectarian water, fragrant clay, tulasi leaves, kusa grass and the lotus flowers. Then he offered them food that increases the mode of goodness. The mode of goodness, sattva guna. Whatever is available to him at that moment, according to the season and the situation, he arranged it to the to Lord Krishna and the Brahmanas who came. Because they are Brahmanas are happy by offering the food items in the mode of goodness. Right? So simple things Lord Krishna accepted it. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhakta prayachati tadaham bhakti upaharitam. Right? Krishna accepts the bhakti. So Shrutadeva is offering the simple items but with full devotion. Bahulashva also did the same. He may offer opulent items but with devotion. So the devotion is most important. Yes, we take care of the details. Along with that, devotion is also important. Of course, for us, at least we need to work on the details also now, because sometimes we forget the details also. The devotee, when we do the guest reception, sometimes we miss, right? The devotee is coming, हाँ प्रभु जी आ जाइएगा, स्टेशन में उतर जाएगा, वहाँ में कैब मिल जाएगा, उसको पकड़ लीजिएगा, पहुँच जाएगा. मंदिर में हम अरेंज कर दिए रूम, ये रूम नंबर है, उधर पहुँच जाइएगा. प्लेट प्रसादम भी रखा हुआ है वहाँ पर, ठंडा एसी में रखा हुआ है, ठंडा प्रसाद, वो खा के सो जाएगा. डिस्टर्ब मत करिएगा हमको, रात में हमको सोना है जल्दी से, क्योंकि मेरा टाइम टेबल आप डिस्टर्ब नहीं कर सकते हैं. That's not the guest reception. Even you see, earlier days, Radhesham Prabhu says how he was so happy to see the devotees when they used to go to the temple. Initial days when he was in the IIT days, when he used to go to the temple, how he got the reception of Khichdi Prasadam. His hot prasadam was kept, although it was very late. So he got that hot prasadam under the almara. And then when he opened it, and it's too hot, it's 9 o'clock night, 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, and then the prasadam was so hot. Just before going for food for life, the devotee is to remove and keep it for the devotees. That's the sign of the detail. प्रभु जी दूध रखने के लिए बोले, रख दिया प्रभु जी, मेरा काम हो गया. कहाँ रखे हुआ? ठंडा, एक बर्तन में लेके आके ठंडा दूध रख के दे. Yeah, how to keep the milk? It's a hot pot, hot. Sometimes the devotees ask for ginger water or something like that. So how that water has to be there? That's a details. Small detail it is, but it attracts the grace. Earlier one devotee, Anuttam Prabhu, came to the temple that time. He needs hot water. He drinks, look, just like warm water he drinks. So the devotee earlier served, first time the devotee served, and then he told him that warm water he needs. And the next time when Anuttam Prabhu came, this devotee did not ask anything, but immediately arranged the warm water for him. And then Prabhu, when he asked for water, he gave, and as soon as he drank it, he said that, how come you knew that I drink warm water? And then the devotee said, Prabhuji, last time when you came, you told me that warm water you need. So Anuttam Prabhu was so happy that you remember so much, and he blessed that devotee. Yeah. Even when I got that fortune of serving Atul Krishna Prabhu, and he needs pasta. And whenever you come, if you want to please him, just feed him pasta, hot pasta. He doesn't need anything. You give him pasta anytime, 3 times of the day. Of course, he eats only just 1 time of the grains. But you give him pasta, he's so happy. When once I went with him to Haldia, so he told me that, Prabhuji, what you liked? I like to eat anything, but if pasta is there, I'll be very happy. So that was the first time I got to him. So I cooked for him and he liked it. And the next time when he came to Calcutta, he was to travel his flight to Australia. So then he told that early morning I had to leave. So can you give some sandwich or something like that? And told that, okay, Prabhuji, I'll arrange breakfast, don't worry about it. I did not say to him that I'll cook pasta for him. So it was difficult, 4:30 early morning you have to get up and cook. So I did it and I packed it and gave it to him. And then he suddenly asked that, what's there in the breakfast? And I told Prabhuji, I packed pasta for you to eat in the flight. And he was so happy, he said that, I was really wondering that how come you know that I eat pasta and I like it. I said, Prabhuji, you said me same thing in the Haldia also, that you like pasta. So till now also, anytime you meet him, whenever he meets me in Mayapur also, he says that, Ram Raghav, your pasta is so nice. So he remembers through pasta. Right? So it's just by that small activity, of course it's not my glory, but it is that he remembers it so nicely. So whenever he sees, he remembers that pasta. So it's a small detail of it, but we get so many blessings of the Vaishnavas through that. So that's how we can advance, by serving the great souls, just taking care of the small details. Yeah? So here Shrutadeva is also doing the same thing, and then he offered proper fruits, roots, water, tulsi leaves, lotus flowers, whatever is specifically needed for them, it will be served, right, the devotees. And then he said that he wondered, and then he is expressing his fortunacy, that how is that, Lord, I am so fallen, how come you accepted my request and came? And I am so happy that today you are directly there in my house. I never expected it. How is that I, fallen into the blind well of family life, have been able to meet Lord Krishna? And how I also been allowed to meet these great Brahmanas who always carry the Lord within their hearts. Indeed, the dust of their feet is the shelter of all the holy places. So this is how he is glorifying. Of course, in the next verse, coming verses, he says that this is because, Lord, we were with you always. So that is why I got these blessings. Because Shrutadeva was constantly meditating, and with the devotion he was worshipping the Lord. So Lord recognized it and reciprocated it with the coming to his house personally. Many times we have this doubt that, Prabhu, is it that Lord is hearing my prayers? Does he reciprocate with my prayers? Yes, he reciprocates. Muchkund Maharaj, he did it. Muchkund Maharaj, he prayed and he went to sleep for 6 months, peacefully sleeping. But then Lord recognized his service, and then he went to reciprocate with the service of Muchkund Maharaj, which he did. So here we see that how Shrutadeva is also recognizing that, Lord, I am so fallen, but still you reciprocated with me. Not only you came, but you got the Brahmanas also, who are such pure souls. And their dust is also falling in my house. So how fortunate I am. Yeah. That's how, of course, this is a culture which is followed, right? Especially the Grihasthas. Right? It's a need that they call the Brahmanas or the Sannyasis, right? Great souls to their house. Right? That's how the house gets sanctified. Right? Because the center is always, in a Grihastha life, the center becomes I, me and myself, right? And my own people. Right? So to call the guest, serve the guest, that is an important service for the Grihasthas. Right? By that they get purified. Right? So that the center becomes the great souls when they come to the house, and they feed them, by feeding them nicely, taking care of them nicely, they get blessings. Right? That's why the great souls also go to the house of the Grihasthas to bless them. Because they are in the, it generally happens, right? Here Shrutadeva is also saying, because I have fallen into this deep, blind well of family life. Family life has that kind of, difficulty. Yeah? The blind well become, because it is like it's a routine, the family life goes on, and the devotee also is serving or is taking care of the family. He also has to get involved in the details. So sometimes the bhakti, Krishna consciousness becomes a secondary. From primary to secondary it goes. Right? So they may not able to follow so many details. So that's why the great souls go to their houses and bless. And that's why the Grihastha, it's very important that regularly he keeps calling the Sannyasis or the Vaishnavas especially, and keep serving them. Right? So by that they can get the blessings. Of course, the previous times, the great souls used to personally go to bless the Grihasthas. So here Shrutadeva was also blessed like that. And the Brahmanas was also been present in his house. When his guests were seated comfortably, having each received a proper welcome, Can you imagine? Not only Lord Krishna. Not that he was just talking with the Lord Krishna and then he forgot to remember the other guest. Sometimes it happens that the devotee who comes as a servant or other, we generally forget. It happens. गार्लैंड दे दिया सीनियर डिवोटी को, तो वो डिवोटी को भूल गए. प्रसादम के लिए सब अरेंज कर दिए और वो डिवोटी कहाँ गए पता नहीं. फिर सीनियर डिवोटी को पूछना पड़ता कि मेरा साथ में जो आए थे उनको खाना दी. अच्छा वो भी डिवोटी आया ना, ठीक है प्रोज अरेंज करते हैं. कभी कभी होता है ना, वॉइस में तो ऐसे हो जाता है कि कभी कभी अपने भक्त लोग भूल जाते हैं. कि next devotee को भी कुछ सेवा करना चाहिए. So that's how the details, right? He was personally welcoming. Shrutadeva approached them and sat down nearby with his wife, children and other dependents. Then while massaging the Lord's feet, he addressed Krishna and the sages. So he was massaging the Lord's feet. Not only gave the proper prasadam and then now is massaging the feet of the devotees. Right? So this is how all the details you see specific from right from the coming, a guest when he comes to the house, how to take care. Sutadeva is showing us. Offer first the water for washing their feet, offer them proper garlands, right? And give them proper seat to sit, offer them proper prasadam, glorify them for their for the fortune what we are getting, and then after that give them proper place to rest, and then massage the feet so that they can have proper rest in the place. And then he is addressing the Lord and the sages and is recognizing his fortunacy by saying that what? 44th verse, Shrutadeva said, "It is not that we have attained the audience of the Supreme Person only today, for we have in fact been associating with him ever since he created this universe with his energies and then entered it in his transcendental form." So he is glorifying that Lord. We have got, not that first time we are getting this audience, still at the time you have created this universe, right? And you entered into this universe in your transcendental form, you are receiving your audience. Right? That's how that, yesterday also we were seeing how Srila Prabhupada said that, I never been separated from my spiritual master. So the devotees always feel that we are always with the Lord. By following the instructions of the Lord and the spiritual master, we are always with them. So Shrutadeva is also sincerely following the Lord's instructions throughout his life. So that's why he never felt that he was separated from the Lord. So the audience, Lord, we have with, always we had your audience. It's not that today we are having your personal audience in that. That also is glorifying. It's not that he not said that. Sometimes it happens that nowadays because of the Kali Yuga trends we have got a online mode of classes also. So many times it is taken that प्रभु जी online नहीं कर सकते क्या class? अभी भी बहुत सारे लोग online कर रहे होंगे class. अब पूछूंगा अरे class में क्यों नहीं दिखा? प्रभु जी online कर रहा था. Offline में क्यों नहीं है? Online किस लिए है कि जब offline नहीं हो पाता है तो तब online mode है. Shrutadeva did not say to the Lord that Lord I was always with you only. ठीक है हमने घर में भी आ गया ठीक कोई बात नहीं बैठ जाइए इधर सो जाइए इधर प्रसाद उसाद रख दिया ठीक है रेस्ट लीजिए हरि बोल. It could have been so easy. Why so many details Bhagavatam is speaking? Personally is very important. Right? Sutadeva did not compromise on that every day I am seeing you my Lord. It's not that I am seeing just a murti here. Pratima nahi tumi sakshat Rajendra Nandan. I am not seeing Pratima in my house. I am seeing you only daily. Now today also you came. So take this mat, sit here, sleep here, take prasad and then whenever you want to go, you go. Just inform me before going from the house, okay? Not that. He was taking care of the details. Yeah. So it's not that we should go into that zone of when great devotees come. Right? We should personally come and receive them, talk to them, spend time with them, hear from them. It's a fortune of us that we are getting that fortune to associate with them. Because personal association cannot be compromised, right, with any amount of the online thing. Right? The kripa or the mercy. Definitely through, if we are not able to do it, we will get through that also because that's eagerness. I am not able to go personally, my health is not good or any other circumstances which we have. So we do it through the online that I am not able to come personally but still I want to take association of this devotee. So that we associate with that. But that should not be the secondary. And that personal is the secondary. Anyhow I can on, anywhere I can on. I can switch on the mobile, YouTube and then I connect with the devotee. I am in bathroom taking nicely bath and then switch on. Prabhu ji lecture sun liya humne. We should not make it so cheap. Yeah. So similarly the association is also, it should always be taken very seriously. Personal association, Vapu association should also be taken seriously. I am not saying that Vapu is only important, Vani is not important. Vani is extremely important. Right? But still we should not neglect the Vapu association also. Here Shrutadeva is showing us how we can receive the blessings from the great souls by taking care of them and taking care of the details. Yeah, that's a sign of love. And in the text 45 is glorifying that Lord is like a sleeping person. Of course, here we have to understand that he is not comparing the Lord to the sleeping person, but to make us understand some analogy of how the Lord also creates this universe and he enters into it. So, he is giving just this analogy. Right? It's not that he is comparing the Lord to the sleeping person. The Lord is like a sleeping person who creates a separate world in his imagination and then enters his own dream and sees himself within it. This it happens when we go for sleep. Sometimes we have entered into some palace where you are the king, or sometimes you are too much meditating and then you have become a temple president, right, of the place which you are. हाँ मैं temple president अब बन गया, बहुत दिन से मैं सोच रहा था बनने के लिए, हाँ चलो ये करो वो करो, and then suddenly alarm rang and then you see the 4:20, my lord, I am not the president, I am simply a devotee, run to the temple, people will catch me if I don't reach the temple hall on time. So it's an imagination we create. So that's what Shrutadeva is saying, that sometimes into that imagination person enters and then he takes on the post and he creates the whole cosmos, right? Like that he does. Similarly, something like that the Lord does to make us understand that what it is means to be creation, which is done by the Lord. It is giving just an analogy in that direction. But here Acharyas and the Purport are commenting that of course the creation is not illusory for the Lord, but it is for those souls who are put under the control of his Maya potency. So this, even the Lord creates this illusory material universe. It is not that he also comes under that illusion. No. Even we may create that illusory world, illusory house, we come under that illusion. Yeah? We are in illusion only, na? In dream we are in illusion, thinking that I become the king, or I become the great leader, or I become the most intelligent person, most educated, most rich, most beautiful person, like that we may think. And then as soon as the dream breaks, we think that, oh, I am just an ordinary soul. Get up and run to Mangalarti. That's all. Right? So, but here the Lord, when he creates this cosmos, it is the illusory world. The jiva come under that illusion, but not the Lord. Lord never comes under the illusion of this material world. So this is what is saying. And then this is, Maya deludes the conditioned souls into accepting as real her temporary, insubstantial manifestations. Right? Of course, the material world is a temporary manifestation, right, which is being done by the Lord for all of us who wants to be separate, right, to be enjoy separate from the Lord. This universe has been created by the Supreme Lord out of his kind mercy, right, to bless all of us. This Lord has created such facility for all of us, but this is not the real place for all of us. So that's what Shrutadeva is just giving that example to show us. So in conclusion, today's discussion, Bahulashva, how we recognize this fortunacy, and Shrutadeva is showing us that how to receive the guest and the Brahmanas when they come to our place, how to take care of them and how we can receive the blessings. In concluding, I just remembering that Bhishma Pitama, right, how he received the guest. Of course, for him it was not so practical like Shrutadeva was doing, but there also Srila Prabhupada writes, according to time, place, circumstance, Bhishma Pitama was also receiving the guest. By his gestures of his eyes only, he was receiving all of them. So many people came. Even Lord Krishna personally came. Pandavas were there. And all the sages wanted to see that Bhishma's disappearance from this world. Of course, he was not just waiting for that, what is called Uttarayan, to come proper time. Because Krishna already said in the 8th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, for devotees, there is no need to worry about to see daytime, nighttime, right? Uttarayan, Dakshinayan, these all need not have to be seen the details. So Bhishma Pitama, I don't think he was waiting for that Uttarayan. It's just an excuse. But personally he wanted to see the Supreme Lord Krishna, and in front of him he wants to leave this world. And Krishna also wanted to reciprocate with his devotee Bhishma Pitama, and he went to Sisyu. He went to accept that invitation, and he took the Pandavas, and Bhishma Pitama was receiving the guest according to time, place, circumstance. So Shrutadeva has shown it that need not that we need to have opulences only. Right? Today we need not have to go and fight in the temple management that Prabhu आप देखो रिसीव गेस्ट को रिसीव करने के पास हमारे पास कुछ है ही नहीं है इधर, हमको बहुत सारे फैसिलिटी प्रोवाइड करिए. Not required. Whatever we have, we do it with eagerness, with whatever basic things we have. Shrutadeva did not have mats also. He got from the borrowed from the other department. थोड़ा सा दीजिएगा 2 मिनट मेरा हमारा गेस्ट आए दे देंगे वापस. Right? So when they gave it, we received the guest properly, served them. Then I think Bhagavatam may speak further that he has returned it back. So that is how we can receive the guest. We can earn so many blessings because many times it's an unfortunate, right? In our ISKCON society it is said now that we are very personal. Philosophy we are very personal, but we deal very impersonal. Yeah. We deal with the devotees very impersonally. Even though the devotee may be staying with us, very close to us, right? But we should not deal with them impersonally. We should deal with them personally like this, how the guest has to be received. Right? And today we have Sri Kumar Krishna Prabhu. He is my very dear friend. Right? Was from earlier. He is the person who has got me to Krishna consciousness. Whatever you are seeing me today, he is the person who has started it all of the Chennai Yoga devotees, whomever. You see, it was the person, Sri Kumar Krishna Prabhu, who started it, who has encouraged us. I was very, very lazy in going to these device classes. He was the person who went every day in the rainy season also. It was so raining, but still he, Sri Kishore Prabhu, and of course I was also pulled into that. Right? And the third person I was pulled into it. So 3 of us we went to attend the device class, and all of us, the device was being given by Chetan Charan Prabhu. You can imagine what to understand. Nothing was going inside. Everything was like a bouncer. Right? Only thing we had was that the same thing. Why we were attracted? Because thankful to Sadayogi Prabhu. Right? After the device class, he has given such a warm welcome to us, such a reception he has given us. Although we were just ordinary students that time, he served us so personally, sitting and personally serving khichdi, papad and sweet rice. That I remember it. Yes, Prabhu? So personally he served. Right? Sweet rice was unlimited. That was like an unforgettable thing. And then Radhesham Prabhu came to meet us, seeing that young people have came, so he came to give us the personal audience. So of course that's all the blessings, mercy of Sri Kumar Krishna Prabhu that he has, and again behind it he was a person who again and again pushed us. Although we were like little slackened into saying that no studies, I was too much into the studies, but he was the person who got me and given me such a divine life. We are eternally grateful to him for giving such a Krishna conscious life. So this is how the Shrutadeva is telling us through this pastime how to receive the guest and how we can earn the blessings of the devotees. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Tai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari.